I felt like I'm never gonna get my money back anymore.
In what this former employee calls a pyramid scheme.
All these documents that they got the clients signed are bogus.
So ayan mga kababayan, mag-iingat po tayo dahil baka yung promise sa atin o pangako ng kung sino man na nangangako sa inyo ng better life dito sa Canada ay mapako kayo mga kababayan. So mag-iingat po kayo sa inyong mga pag-aapply, magsuri ng mabuti. Kamusta mga kababayan? Isang makulimlim na umaga dito. Nag-uulan ngayon eh. So, doon sa mga hindi pa nagkakape, kape tayo. At ngayong araw na ito, doon sa mga kababayan nating job seekers at naghahanap ng opportunities papunta dito sa Canada. Eto, may papapanood ako sa inyong video as a reminder para kung kayo ay nangangarap na makapunta dito sa Canada, mag-iingat kayo dito sa klaseng scheme, pyramid scheme ang tawag dito sa modus na nangyari kung saan marami tayong mga kababayan ang nabiktima ng isang, di ko alam kung agency to eh, pero ipapapanood ko sa inyo. At mag-iingat po kayo ha mga kababayan, kahit pasabihin natin na kaibigan natin ang mag-alok sa atin ng ganitong klaseng opportunity, ay nako, magdalawang isip kayo, magtatlong isip, pag-isipan nyo mabuti, in other words, bago kayo sumabak. At alam ko naman na nangangarap kayong pumunta dito sa Canada, pero kailangan nyo ng iba yung research para hindi kayo maloko. So panoorin natin ito. At medyo maingay dito sa labas eh. So pasok tayo dito sa Toyota GR86. Dito ko ipapanood sa inyo. Tara. Eto mga kababayan, panoorin nyo ito ah.
The promised land. We deliver the result.
They were promised a Canadian dream.
Refund now!
Many now say the dream was a lie. Victims say they were scammed into thinking they had jobs, then recruiting others into the same trap.
So basically our job is also to look for other candidates who might be interested to come here in Canada.
Life savings gone.
I felt like I'm never gonna get my money back anymore.
In what this former employee calls a pyramid scheme.
All these documents that they got the clients signed are bogus. It means nothing.
The company? Promised Land Consultancy. The target? Filipinos looking for a better life.
And my kids were excited about the snow. We were about to move to St. John's. That was the plan.
Christian Ray Sualog lives in the Philippines. He's an accountant with 3 kids.
A lot of people here are struggling, to provide for their families.
Last year, a friend reached out with an opportunity in Canada.
It looked legitimate to me because he was my close friend. So I said, okay, I'll try. I trust you. I don't know the company, but I put my trust in you. So let's talk about this. So that's how I met the Promised Land Consultancy.
The promise? Pay 25 grand and the consultancy would do the paperwork, securing Sualog and his family permanent residency in Canada and a job in Newfoundland. He paid half in advance, more than $12,000.
I had to borrow money. I had to use my car as collateral so I can raise the first payment.
Since then, nothing. No job, no refund, no Canada.
It's heart-shattering. And I barely slept since middle of last year.
Turns out, Sualog and his friend were both caught up in a recruiting scheme run out of Vancouver.
We are the La Chica family. We are now here in Vancouver, Canada.
The Promised Land Consultancy, or PLC, offered an immigration fast track,
Thanks to the help of the Promised Land Consultancy,
handling the paperwork for student visas, work permits, even permanent residency. Online posts targeted the Filipino population.
Hi, I'm Joseph Miranda and I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Its CEO, Joseph Miranda, a picture of success, showing off cars,
electric car, so beautiful. And look at the interior.
living large, taking trips.
In the beginning, it seemed like a promising company.
Rosanna Salida is a licensed immigration consultant. She was hired by the Promised Land Consultancy in March 2024. She saw red flags when she met her co-workers.
After a week, I found out that they have hired tourists. Half of the people working there are all visitors. And they said that all of them are their clients.
Red flag, because under almost all circumstances, it's illegal for people on a visitor visa to work in Canada. Here's what she figured out was happening. People would pay thousands of dollars to the Promised Land to secure a job. While they were waiting, the consultancy hired some of them to recruit others, even though they were not legally able to work. And she says, as far as she could tell, there were no real jobs.
You can tell that the visitors were so shocked that they realized that they've been duped.
On top of that, Salida says the company fraudulently used her signature.
See, there's my signature, digital signature that I used.
More than a dozen times.
So all these documents that they got the clients sign are bogus. It means nothing.
After a month on the job, Salida quit. But first, she downloaded all the documents she could. CBC News added up the fees from those contracts and others we obtained. We found in a 9-month period between August 2023 and May 2024, PLC charged more than $2 million in fees to more than 150 people and collected at least $500,000. Some may have gotten what they paid for, but not these protesters.
They never delivered on their promise.
Late last year, they gathered outside the Promised Land's Vancouver office demanding refunds.
Tama na! Sobra na!
Refund now!
That's where we met Michael. We aren't using his real name. He's worried about repercussions.
Basically, our job is to look for some people who might be interested to come here in Canada as well.
Michael was one of the visitors who paid money for a job he never got and ended up having to recruit others. He lost his life savings and feels guilty for the role he played.
These people are suffering right now because they couldn't get the refund, and for some of them, they tried to reach us to get help, but we couldn't really do anything as well because we couldn't even help ourselves.
CBC News has learned Canada Border Services is investigating Promised Land Consultancy. That agency could recommend criminal charges to prosecutors. That's on top of 15 labor complaints and 11 lawsuits. And the Philippine government itself has put out a warning about the company. We reached out repeatedly to CEO Joseph Miranda and got no response. So we visited the Promised Land's last Vancouver location and found a sheriff's notice on the door.
You can see there's a British Columbia Sheriff Service on the door. It says, "We've made many attempts at contacting you."
We called Joseph Miranda's cell phone. No answer. Others are desperate to get answers too.
This is the bankrupt that I gave it to Joseph. That's worth 10,000.
Lillian Tanoha is fighting to get her money back. She's a personal care worker in Vancouver. She paid $10,000 to the Promised Land Consultancy to secure a student visa for her niece. When nothing came through, she took Joseph Miranda to small claims court.
This is also my first time to go to the small court and file the case. So everything here is just new to me.
After an initial ruling in her favor, she received an e-transfer for $2,000. She's still fighting for the other 8.
If somebody there connected to Joseph Miranda.
She even tried to deliver documents in person to Joseph Miranda.
I think anger really drives you to do it. Like you're angry, you really wanted to do, not for yourself, but for everybody.
I despise them. And that still would be an understatement.
Christian Ray Sualog is about to lose his car. He expects it will be seized soon to pay off the debt he took on to pay the Promised Land. The family's days of dreaming of a new life in Newfoundland are over.
We actually know all the roads in St. John's, almost all of them, because we would do street view in Google Maps and show the kids what we're gonna do when we get there. So we just dreamt of going there. I dreamt of providing for my oh my god, sorry, sorry.
The Promised Land is no longer operating in BC, but they have set up shop in California, still promising a better life in a new land.
So ayan mga kababayan, mag-iingat po tayo dahil baka yung promise sa atin, itong promised land or pangako ng kung sino man na nangangako sa inyo ng better life dito sa Canada ay mapako kayo mga kababayan. So mag-iingat po kayo sa inyong mga pag-a-apply, magsuri ng mabuti. So yun lang masasabi ko ngayong araw na ito. Kung meron po kayong mga katanungan patungkol sa kung paano makakapunta dito sa Canada, kasi may mga nire-recommend po akong agency na naandyan po kung kayo ay nasa Pilipinas na wala po kayong babayaran. Legit po ang mga agency na aking inire-recommend. Pwede nyo rin pong i-check yon sa POEA or sa DMW, Department of Migrant Workers, bago po kayo mag-apply. At pag may usapan ng pera, mga kababayan, nako, ay pag-isipan nyo mabuti. Kasi lalo na kung pupunta kayo dito sa Canada at malaking pera ang sinisingil sa inyo, maging matalino po tayo ng mga applicants. So that's it for me today. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And as always, marami pa tayong mga i-update sa inyo, lalo na mga ganitong klaseng mga balita na maaaring ikapahamak ninyo, mga kababayan, kung hindi kayo mag-iingat. So till next time, I will see you, God willing, on my next video. Samahan nawa kayong parati ng Panginoon sa inyong pang-araw-araw na buhay at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.